You need to understand something. The only currency left in this world is power. We're gonna take everything from you, starting with your home. And if we can't take it, we'll break it.
Yo, what's up, what's up? It's the one and only hip-hop gamer, Hot 97, Logitech G. Look, now I want y'all to like take your time, hold your breath, because who you're looking at is royalty right now. This is amazing right now, seriously. So first off, let them know who you are, what you do, and why you're legendary. I'll start with you first.
I'm Jean-Sébastien Descamps, JS. I'm the creative director of FARCRY New Dawn.
Woo!
I'm Cara Ricketts and I play Mickey, one of the twins.
Oh my God, that voice, baby, that voice, let's go.
I'm Leslie Miller and I play Lou.
Oh my God, I'm scared. I'm scared right now. All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. All right, from a development standpoint and stuff, Ubisoft is known for having like great villains and stuff like that in games. So I've never seen this before. Like, this is crazy. So in the process of developing a game, how was you able to magnify their presence in the game to make them iconic on their own?
But it started with the desire of having a duet on screen, you know? Instead of having one-on-ones like we had in previous Far Cry, like, let's bring two characters in your face at the same time. And let's make them siblings, so they have their own universe in which you're going to be projected in. And creating that unexpected space in which they could bloom. And that's how we started. And then we wanted to introduce female villains in Far Cry. And wow. That's how we decided to then try a casting in all across the US and Canada to find the two actresses that would be venomous and fun, and at the same time would have like a real connection, like proper siblings.
Wow. So now I'm gonna tell y'all, this is powerful. Like, this is like some Black Panther gaming version. Like, this is crazy right here. You know what I'm saying? Wakanda forever. Now, what I want to ask you is, like, just being in a video game and seeing yourselves to represent these characters. What was the most challenging yet the most fun in terms of this entire experience?
I would say the most challenging was making sure that all of our goals were set and they weren't like abstract goals. So that we were grounded in what we wanted to do, and it felt like authentic, like not just we're just bad just to be bad. Got you. But we have goals. This is what I want. This is how I'm going to get it. These are my methods.
Now, one thing that's very interesting, and I would love to see how this come across in the game, but in real life, when it comes to twins, there's a lot of things that's like just naturally similar, you know? So in the process of doing the voice acting and the writing and just acting things out, what's some of the things over time working together that y'all actually managed to just do at the same time, like on point, just from getting used to working with each other? What's some of the things that we'll see in the game that will make their acting, voice acting come to life to make it believable as twins?
I feel like, I don't know if it's stuck, but our pitch was the same even. Like, our voices just kind of modulated into the same voice.
Wow.
I don't even know how that, like, it started to happen, and then we spent some time away from the project and had to find the pitch again.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's crazy. It just happened right there. That's crazy.
We became fast friends, like, real quick. It didn't take any time, so it was really easy. Like, one of the challenges, because it is a first-person game, we had to find out how the two of us can move within the scene space, like the camera space, or like when you didn't see us, how you could feel the other in the space, and that was carried in the performance, like always knowing that the other half was around.
Right.
And so, yeah, I think that was also partially what that mimicking of the energy was, and all of that.
And becoming fast friends, like we hung out all the time. Like,
wow.
I always felt like Cara's got my back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the way it's supposed to be. So now, from a game development standpoint, what I want to ask you is, I wish, hopefully, at some point, we get a chance to control the twins and actually use them as characters in a game. That's one thing that Ubisoft gets me mad. All right, that's what gets me mad. We never got a chance to control the father. We couldn't control VASS. I want to control one of these villains, man.
You're supposed to want that, but you're not supposed to get it.
Oh,
That's why we're the villains.
that's the best answer ever. Like nobody gave you that answer before. So, but what I would say is, this time around, considering that it's two villains, what's some of the things that we will like see from them that we've never seen before in a Far Cry game? Considering there's two, and considering what they're about in terms of taking over everything because they don't want nobody else to have it. Mm-hmm. Talk to me how that plays out.
I think there's a lot of unexpectedness in the scenes with Kara and Leslie. In the game, it's also their struggle when the player and the people from Prosperity are starting to grow and fight back. And that is going to kind of crack maybe a little bit of that dynamic, and we're going to see a change through the game. Wow.
Is a deal with the devil.
After all I've done, and after all we've been through, you've come seeking help from me? You must be truly terrified.
Here's to hope.
I'm gonna spend all night wiping those hopes and dreams off my boots.
All right, listen, when you sitting in front of royalty, there's only one way you can represent this. This is the legendary people that represent that game you see behind you right there, Far Cry New Dawn. It's about to be fire. It's the one and only hip-hop gamer, Hot 97 Logitech G. Oh my God, let's get it started. All right, so first of all, let them know who you are, what you do, and why you're legendary.
My name is Greg Brick. I play the father, and I just do bad extremely well.
Ooh, I like that. That's what I'm talking about. Let them know who you are, what you do, and why you're legendary.
I'm Olivia Alexander. I'm a narrative designer on Far Cry New Dawn, and I'm legendary because I brought New Dawn to life with words alone.
That's what I'm talking about. So, all right, we're gonna start off with you, man. All right, just your role in being someone inspirational now in this game, because everybody got inspired after seeing what the father was all about in Far Cry 5. What is Father's role in Far Cry New Dawn? Will we see you? Is there anything that you can let us know in terms of how this apocalypse ended and what we're experiencing now?
At the end of Far Cry 5, the father's a destroyed man, completely broken. He's lost everybody that he loved. He's been betrayed by God, and he goes down into the bunker. In a New Dawn, you get a second chance at life. You pick yourself up, all the little broken pieces, and try to make something beautiful out of it. So the father started the new Eden, built a paradise on earth, and unfortunately, wherever you have heaven, you have hell. And my heaven is at risk by the new villains, the twins Mickey and Lou, who come spreading violence and destruction and grabbing whatever they can, wherever they can grab it.
Now, I asked some of my people at Ubisoft, because this is something that I've never seen happen, but I would love for it to happen. But like Ubisoft created some of the great like villains. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love VASS. I always talk about, like I was telling you earlier, like how much I love VASS and everything. And now the father comes around. Is this an opportunity where we get a chance to control the father? So instead of just looking at you, we'll be able to actually use you and really get that emotional connection as a gamer. I'll tell you, only on hip-hop gamer interviews, baby. Matter of fact, in order to answer that question, it'd be an honor for you to hold the belt. Now, my grandmother is on this belt, all right? She taught me how to play video games, so you got to answer this question right, baby. Let's go.
Well, it's not a giveaway. It's not a giveaway. You can't play as the father.
Okay.
But the relationship is much closer. We can work together. We can take what was an adversarial relationship into become, through forgiveness, almost a partnership of sorts. The father really has children, yeah.
So now I gotta ask you, what was the most challenging, in terms of narrating this and giving it the words it needed? What was very challenging for the New Dawn as opposed to looking at the way things ended with Far Cry 5? How did you find that, that gap where you was like, what? How do I start? How do I make them care again since what happened? Tell me what that process was like.
Well, Far Cry wanted to do a post-apocalyptic setting for a really long time, and I think one of the reasons that it's like so kind of believable and like people care a lot is because the way we evolved the sort of geographical setting of Hope County was based in science. We talked to a couple of meteorologists who were they specialize in volcanoes, but also the side effects of what could happen after like a nuclear event like this.
Wow.
So we were able to sort of rebuild Hope County from the ground up in this new kind of changed environment due to like the research we did from a scientific point of view. And that's really like where all the colors and the plant life and the changed animal life really comes in.
Now, the next thing I want to talk about in terms of just your position, in terms of giving the words and the narration and stuff, what is the biggest difference between doing this in a game where the gamer is listening to what's being said, but also like making them feel like what you said in terms of like the characters bringing it out? Because you got some games where it's just words, you know what I mean? But then you got other games where it's like, yo, I feel like this moment changed my life personally through playing this game. Like, how do you bring it to life in that way where it affects change for a person playing it?
That's a great question. I love that question.
Thank you so much.
I think it comes from the medium itself. Like at the core of like the answer to the question is the medium itself, because there is agency. Unlike, if Far Cry was just a movie, you as the player would just be a viewer, you would just be passive. But with Far Cry New Dawn, you affect the world around you, you explore the world around you. It's not shown to you via, like a movie or something. You have to go and look for those things yourself. You go and you sightsee on your own. And that, I think, makes a really visceral response. It's one thing to sort of to watch from a distance something crazy happening like on a hill over there, and it's another thing for you to be on that hill. And like all of a sudden, the words that people are saying to you, they look you right in the eye, and they say it to you, and it makes this like really, really visceral response. It comes with the medium, and it also comes with Far Cry as a brand.
That's amazing. Yo, I love it. So now I got this question more personal. So in the game, as you're playing as the father, you deal with a lot of loss in the game. You feel like your world came crashing down and you felt the betrayal, right? Now, personally in your life, how have you had any serious loss? And if so, how have you dealt with the loss in your real life? And how did you apply that loss to become great in your craft and skill set in a game?
Well, without getting into the specifics, there was an incident in my life with profound betrayal. It destroyed me as a person. Like I literally went to a very dark and unnecessary place because I had to reimagine who I was going to be after that happened.
Wow.
And when we were doing at the end of Far Cry 5, there's the moment after all my siblings had been taken from me. And we had done a take, and it was emotional and it was full, but it just didn't have this sense of the catharsis of an absolute immolation, self-immolation, which just wasn't there.
Wow.
And I sort of got out of the chair and I started walking around, and this thing came back, like I could taste it in my mouth, and everyone could feel it on the set. And I just sat down and relived this betrayal and the person.
Wow.
And how they hurt me. And then that's the scene. And I work very personally, and in this game too. So you're coming from a place of profound loss, but can you make something beautiful out of that pain? And I think as a human being, that's what we try to do. And as an artist, that's what I try to do. I take those parts of me that are most hurt and most fragile, and then share that and make something beautiful out of it.
Yo, that is the way we're gonna do this interview. We gotta label it as create beauty out of pain. Yo, you know you're incredible, right? Like like I genuinely like really care, and I got so much love and respect for you, bro.
Thank you.
Like that, you don't understand what's happening right now. Only on a hip hop gamer interview. I was telling you that, man. That's how I go down. So now let me ask you this. When I was talking to the father, you know, I did an interview with the father earlier, and he was talking about how there may be a moment or a chance where we might be able to partner up or do some cool things. Is there a chance we'll see the twins face off against, you know, the lead character and the father at the same time?
I can't say that.
Oh man, I'm trying right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. You just made people more excited to play the game just right now. So now, one thing I want to give, and this is like real serious. Shout out to Ubisoft again. I really love Ubisoft. I'm gonna tell y'all one of the reasons why. I love Ubisoft because y'all take chances and y'all go against like a lot of the stereotypes that they try to place on us. So like, it's amazing to see 2 black females at the lead. It's just amazing to see that. You don't see that in game. I'm just being honest. You don't see that. So for y'all, from an inspirational standpoint, what does this mean to y'all? And also, do y'all play games at all too? Are y'all gamers as well? Let's go.
Well, I would say for sure, I love the fact that little black girls that look like me will see me on the cover of a video game.
Ooh.
Like I'm blown away by that. And I'm so excited for kids to see it, for just women, black women that look like me to see this game and to see us represented. I'm excited about it.
Oh, I can't wait. And do y'all game at all?
Yeah.
Or y'all do? Who's better? Like, who's a better game? Like talk to me. Let me know.
We haven't played together.
We haven't played together. I just know that you're good.
Yeah, I like
I'm like beginner level, but I've been beginner level since I was like 15. I just haven't leveled up. Like, I haven't leveled up yet.
I haven't played for a while. I just got an Oculus Go, like the
Oh, for real? Oh, that's crazy.
Like, I like to play.
Now, it's so funny that you said that because that actually leads me into another question. And this is, I never seen Far Cry in this particular sense. But from a development standpoint, have you ever thought about testing the waters in terms of what Far Cry would be like in a VR perspective, playing the game that way? Talk to me about that.
We actually did some prototypes, yes, absolutely.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You serious? Wait, hold on. You gotta hold the belt. You just had a prototype? That's my grandma right there. You hold it. You gotta hold the belt, baby. Oh my god.
Yeah, we did some prototypes with actually Far Cry 3 and with VASS. But it's tough to retranscript the gameplay of Far Cry in VR. It's moving so fast and so fast paced.
Gotcha.
I think we could do Far Cry fishing maybe.
Oh, that's Far Cry fishing. Yo, in this day and age, something like that could work, bro. That's something like that could work. Another thing I want to commend y'all on something. In this edition of Far Cry, the graphics is a lot more polished. I could tell that there's a lot more polish in the graphics. The feel, in terms of the responsiveness, like the recoil and the actual shooting, feels a lot tighter than other games. And other games felt great too, but there's something about this one, I'm not sure what y'all did, but it was finely tuned more than normal. So that was great as well. So that leads me to the next thing, the multiplayer side of things. Like, will we see Far Cry New Dawn have not just co-op, but like a multiplayer PvP? And if so, would y'all allow us to choose the twins in the multiplayer setting?
You're back at it.
Hell yeah, I'm back at it. Let's go, baby. That's what I do. Shoot, we got like a minute left, like a 10-minute mark.
We focused on co-op. We really did a PvE experience. And we tried to make the game a little bit more challenging. So
okay.
It really creates some hectic situation for 2 players. You know, with the outpost leveling and the expeditions, at level 2 or 3, it's really getting crazy. And I think that's something we've never experienced in a Far Cry before. So that's new. And that's
wow. Oh, I can't wait. And for the last thing that I want to say, one thing about the game, when you're going to different outposts, like you got to watch out for the alarms and stuff like that. And then you got the reinforcements. But you could take over outposts and, you know, have them for yourself. Can the user like have it set up to where like we can like recruit people and have our own alarms, so when the highwaymen come to get us, we got reinforcements come at them, even if we're not there to, you know, battle off them coming to get us, just to make it fair?
Yeah,
have you thought about that?
That could be excellent, but we're not doing that because we didn't want the player, you know, to be like, oh shit, they're attacking my place, but I'm doing something else and now I have to go there. We tried that in Far Cry 4 and people were like on the fence with that.
Oh, okay.
But it's a good idea. I like that.
All right, cool. See, that's what I'm talking about. I like it too. That's why I had to ask you that. So, like, so we passed the 10-minute mark. So I gotta let y'all go. I just want to tell y'all, one love and God bless. It's an honor, and I'm proud. So proud of y'all, and I can't wait to see what y'all do in the future. Don't let this be the last time we see them. Like I want to see them in more stuff. Just to make a more of a like a last question, last statement type of thing. When this game comes out, what would you like to see like done in terms of the feedback and the response? What do you want people to say, or what do you feel they would say when they see your performance in this game? Both of y'all.
I want to be like, I want them to love I want them to love to hate the twins. I want them to like wish. I want them to hate the twins so much that they replay the game. Like that hate love type.
Yeah. That'll be crazy.
I want them to be crazy about the twins. I want them to just want to see them all the time.
But I think they'll love us too, not just hate us, because we're like
I love to hate.
but like love, like, because we're funny too. Like we're like badass and fun and.
Oh, I gotta see this.
We're like, I think we're lovable.
So now I just got a few more questions and we'll wrap it up. Now, what is it like just working together? And what I mean by that is, even though y'all have different positions, each position helps make somebody else better. Like the more you learn to understand how to bring the best out of one another. So what's like some of the moments that you could share with us, like just working on a game where y'all had those like aha moments where it's like, oh, so if I do this will make the father come out even better for the gamer. And if the father, like because of who he is and what he dealt with, I can write this way to make the narration better. So working together, what have y'all learned about one another individually that made y'all better together? I love my questions. I don't get I'm telling you, like, my questions is lit. Let's go. Thank you.
A lot of from what I've observed, a lot of where your work comes from a really personal place, and it allows other people to sort of, in the privacy of their own head, feel connected personally to your work as well. It comes from, you are not at all like afraid of like putting parts of yourself into your character and telling people that parts of yourself are in your character, and it allows the writers more and more freedom to sort of build a villain like that into a more three-dimensional person. We went through a similar process with Cara Ricketts and Leslie Miller as well.
Wow.
But it was, that's something I've noticed working with you.
Oh, thank you. And the thing is, like, great writing is great writing. And when I was first approached about doing a game, I was resistant to it because I just wasn't aware of how far the storytelling had come. And I said, no, I'm not interested in doing a video game. They said, can we send you some writing? And they sent me this monologue that was so beautiful and so harrowing and so honest. Uncomfortably honest. That's all we want to do is we want to entertain, clearly. But you want to express your truth, whatever that is. And I always say, like, beauty, not pretty. That's my motto as an actor. I want beauty, not pretty. I don't want it to be, sanitized. I want the full spectrum of humanity. And as uncomfortable as that is. And the writers on these games and on this game it's brilliant. It's as good as anything that I've ever come across. And I've been blessed to work on some incredible TV shows and incredible films. And the storytelling in this medium, in particular with this franchise, matches anything I've ever done before. Wow.
For the last question, how has being involved in a video game that you was once resistant of doing, but how has being involved in a video game made you better as an actor? And just in general, how has it made you better as an actor? And same thing with you. How has being involved in a video game made you better as a writer overall, where you could take this to different mediums based off your skill set and experience in the gaming world?
I think that anytime an actor gets a chance to scale a great role, you're forced to find things in yourself and create things that you take away with you afterwards. You're a fuller person for the experience. And I am definitely a fuller person having had the experience of playing the father. And the other thing is the gaming community. Like, I had no interface with them before this game. People are so generous with their spirits. They're so supportive. It's been so beautiful to interact with people online, whether it be through Instagram or Twitter, and the support and the insight that people have in the way they share their experiences and they take comfort or are challenged by the father, but it's resonated with them and then they share back, and it really is this incredible dance between the performer and the audience, and it becomes seamless. Like, we're really just experiencing the same thing together.
This is amazing. This is amazing. This is just great, like, content right here. I love you too, by the way. You don't understand. Like there's somebody else in here I can't put on camera, but she's amazing too. We had a conversation, and same as for you.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different things that writing for games really makes you better at as a writer, I think. Being able to take feedback and sort of pivot something on a dime, like sometimes a technical spec changes like at the last minute, and being able to still sort of edit something, and this leads into another big thing that I think is really helpful, being able to have something that gets across like crucial information, like on a mechanical level, and something that gets across crucial information on a thematic level, and crucial on a character level, all in the same enchilada. Like being able to do that in a short amount of time, and being able to do it while you're sort of taking feedback and evolving it as the production evolves, I think is transferable to literally any other thing. To be able to sort of get feedback from either your peers or higher ups or audiences or something like that, and be able to adapt and then move on, is something that games really teaches you.
Yo, this is fire. Look, one love and God bless. This felt like a course. This felt like some sort of college course for games and acting and skill set. It's crazy. But look, I'm going to tell y'all right now, please continue to support. Please continue to follow them. This is legends. Like, these are legends, and they're gonna be even more legendary as they move forward with not just Far Cry, but other games and other mediums that they decide to tackle and touch. And they touch me definitely, because I'm telling you right now, like, at the end of the game in Far Cry 5, and all the explosions and stuff started happening, I was like, yo, this dude was right. Like, it was crazy. I felt like I knew you. I was like, it was scary. Like, it was amazing, man. So I just want to say one love and God bless. Thank y'all so much for your love, for your honesty, and for your great work. Is there anything you want to say to the fans before I let you go?
I appreciate it. This is amazing. You are a special person, man.
This has been like such a fun interview. This is fantastic.
Incredible.
That's what I'm talking about. On your hot 9-7 every day. That's my word. Logitech G. One love and God bless. And we out of here, baby. We got game and I got you. Let's go.